Hello, check what I've just found. Look at that old fort. Hello. Hello and welcome to The Good, The Bad and The What The Fucks for Samuel Leroy Jackson, that's his name, yeah. Volume 2, had Volume 1 while I was decorating. Right, okay, so I am going to cheat in this one, but I'm not going to cheat when it comes to The Cell. I watched that last night. Cell's the second one I watched. These are out of order for me personally. I'm just going to rant. I'm literally going to film the first three back to back now, but I'm going to make the effort. I'm going to move the camera. When I first seen The Cell, I was disappointed because it's Stephen King, and when you talk about Samuel Jackson, John Cusack and Stephen King, you think of 1408, which is fucking an absolutely amazing movie. It's getting fucking shit out of us. It has appeared in the John Cusack's A Good, The Bad and What The Fucks. It also has its own fast forward reviews, actually filmed in England and in Spain, crossing over the hotel room. Check that out. I'll probably chuck that in volume 3 just to be a bit cheap. I'm already going to be cheap in this one anyway, but I rewatched it and it's like everyone just picks up their mobile phones and that's it. It's like they've got it, they're dead, and they all become zombified, running for signals. And John Cusack's rocking the black coat and the black hat on. Samuel Jackson's all like ready for war, and it quickly becomes like a race for survival. It was like, and like I remember seeing it and being disappointed, but yesterday I watched it. And when you talk about Samuel Jackson, he's just turned up and he's delivered. And like that's one thing about Samuel Jackson, right? He's in loads of films, because even the other night when I was looking to, Brit was looking for a 2 for 3 film on Music Magpie, and I was going to have a quick look, and I was like looking at all these Samuel Jackson films. I was like, fucking hell, I don't remember. I've never seen them, but like physically putting them out over the last years and years and years. It's like, fucking hell, he's in that, fucking hell list. I was like, fuck me, there's going to be loads of volumes for Good, The Bad and What The Fucks for Jackson. But anyway, I watched The Cell, and I was like, and it started, and the special effects aren't that good, but then it seems to be, you know, they've had an idea, but like at the end of it when they're driving through all the people and they're all like running in circles and run, and then just the weird fucking trying to have the mist ending where Cusack doesn't save his son and he sort of gets fucking stuck in the shuffle and all that, and the oblique ending and stuff like that. But again, with Samuel Jackson, he delivers, and I think for the better part Cusack does, but then Cusack just seems to not, it's not a 1408 performance. Do you know what I mean? But again, there's like the guy, I'll come with you, and he gets fucking axed in the fucking like chest, like fucking deep rise, and you know, he's just like, like fucking hell, how long did it register the pain from getting stabbed there? It's later on, but I'm still going to put it as a bad movie, although it is not as bad as I remembered, because I was like watching it going, oh yeah, but like there's, you know, lots happens. It's like the film is on fast forward, like everyone's just like, we're fucked. Like the guy they meet off the internet who's like says we've been fucked for ages, the guy who has the ice cream van, he's like, we're fucked, and he's like, we're just fucked, and he just walks in the middle of the fucking river and just blows himself up, and it doesn't look great, the special effects aren't good. And then Cusack goes on his little mission with his ice cream van to find out where the source of the signal is and stuff like that. Again, it borrows like very, I mean, it's Stephen King, but it's very I Am Legend. We need to get there, so that's the road to get there. And as I say with Jackson, he didn't put in a bad performance. So that was the first one for The Good, The Bad and The What The Fucks. And I'll see you in this is volume 2, part 2. I haven't made much effort, absolutely all. I mean, I make this much effort. That's right, I've just shouted because it's unbreakable! Unbreakable! I've had that since Glass came out of the pictures, still sealed. We watched it last night, it's very short. I just remember when it came out, and like Samuel Jackson and Bruce Willis are just mint and die out with a vengeance. And the mint in this, Samuel Jackson, man, is just fucking terrifying in it. But watching it last night, and obviously I'm going to watch Split, and then I'll watch Glass, and then this is what will happen with that. So I just remember, I mean, it came in a time where there was an idea for superheroes, but I bet even Michael M. Shabanite, whatever you want to call him, struggled to get that comic off the ground. But it's just clout of Sixth Sense that made it really happen for him. I think Bruce Willis is absolutely fantastic in it. It has a very quick, bleak ending. But when it comes to Samuel Jackson, it's good because his performance is class. But as I say at the end, they call me Mr. Glass, and it comes up with like what's happening to him, and just fades to black, and off you go, you know what I mean, and that's it. But like, there's loads of bits in the movie where he really turns on, like when he won't get up the store and kick it off with his wheelchair, and like that bit where Bruce Willis falls in to the swimming pool and sinks into it. That's fucking terrifying, like Jesus, and like it's so bleak as well. In that sense, but yeah, Unbreakable's in at number 2. It's a must-watch film. I still haven't seen Glass, so again, Glass will be in this. So Split will pop up anyway, but we'll put Glass in this as well. I'm pointing that way because it's in the room. I had the phone call, so like this is why I haven't aged much. I don't know what's going on with my phone. But yeah, number 2, Unbreakable. Right, this is where I am going to cheat, right, before I get to number 4. And it is officially 2 years ago since I did the review rant random for Lake House Terrace. Terrace hit Lakeview Terrace. It starts with Lake. It's one of Samuel L. Jackson's best performances, and I'm actually going to put this review in from the past and just jot this up a little bit and just fill in the void, because I want to watch it, but I don't have it. And again, it's a great film. Hope you enjoyed. Hello, I'm Steve Mason, and there's my computer fast along in the background. This is a review random for Lakeside Terrace, which it's one of the movies. It's one of them I've seen around for years. Samuel Jackson just leaning out of the cop car, looking all like, you know, it's a good guy, Samuel Jackson, but he's a psychopath. It's one of them films you see for a long time and you eventually get around watching it, and it turns out it's absolutely awesome. It's the same with Changing Lanes. I put that out watching that for ages. And Twisted, you know, Samuel Jackson, you know, even though he could be a contender for the good, the bad and the what the fucks, because he does bring out some quirky films. Sorry, my perch I put my hand on wasn't very stable there. He's a brilliant actor, you know, he's been on a lot of films, and he does take a paycheck now from time to time, but when it's a lead role for him, he normally picks his roles well. And I really enjoyed this film. It's got the guy from I don't think it's the guy from Sinister, is it? It's the guy from Insidious, you know, Ethan Hawke's in Sinister. Anyway, story's quite good. Now, throughout watching this film, all I could think was Hancock. Actually, it looks like it takes place on the same street as Hancock. It looks like it's in Hancock's mate's house. Does anyone else agree with that? You know, it's got the bushfires going on as well. Obviously, reminded me of another good film I've seen recently. What's it called? What is it called? Only the Brave. I really enjoyed that movie as well. So the backfire, the bushfires are like a little backburning story, no pun intended there, but it's got a lot going on, you know. So it's basically a couple, white guy and a black girl, move into their new house. They've got a swimming pool, it all looks set, they've just relocated, and the neighbour's a copper, and he's raising he's raising 2 children, a girl and a boy, and you know, it's just in this little cul-de-sac uptown LA kind of thing, and he's a copper, and almost straight away he takes a dislike to it, and he's struggling with some problems. You know, he's lost his wife, suspicion about that, and very soon, even just a cigarette butt over the lawn starts to set off little shock waves. Now, this is not a horror, it's classed as a thriller, but you know, like, what's more scary than someone who actually could be a menacing psychopath? You know, that's genuine horror. Doesn't need to be someone dressed up in a fucking white wedding dress with a face painted white. Go peekaboo, I see you. For more psychological horror, like I've always talked about this in the past, where the presence of someone watching you, you know, a predator actually fixated on you, and like you are its meal, and you don't realise until you see that predator and like, oh fuck, you did. That kind of like startalization, is that a word? Is startalization in this Facebook? Yeah, let's not go down that road again. I don't know what startalization might bring up, but no, I'm just saying, like, you know, Samuel Jackson really pulls in this performance of this neighbour who on one side he looks like he's good, But on the other side, he's definitely fucking with them, especially when he thinks he's out to protect the kids. And the character's really well grounded. I thought everyone turned in a brilliant performance. The guy's wife is a really good performance in that as well. Some of the supporting cast is really good. It's just a downfall of a man's perfect life. 28 years on a job, and the downfall of somebody, and the post-traumatic stress. Working as a copper in LA would be a hard thing. But yeah, he basically starts messing with them, and they try to mess back. It's a well-structured film. Just have a bit of grittiness to it as well. But if you haven't seen it, Lakeside Terrace is an awesome watch. Now, the ironic thing about this morning when I put this film on and started to watch it and go, right, neighbours moving in. Can you hear that banging? That banging has been going on all fucking day. Now, I haven't had neighbours. I've had toothache for a couple of years. You can see my face swollen again. I haven't had neighbours now for 2 years that way. And the guy bought the house and little by little renovates it now. Just seems to be when I'm on night shift or, decides to fucking put a fucking drill through the wall. Remember that story, don't you? That was like a scene from the fucking Burbs. It wasn't a chainsaw coming through the wall, it was a fucking drill. He was, oh sorry. I was like, wow, you fucking cowboy. But that banging's been going on all day. Now, I basically had a day in lieu to take off. I've got some videos to catch up, I've got stuff to sort out in my house and stuff like that. It's been awesome. Lying in this one, fucking 9 o'clock, boom 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 boom. So I'm trying to watch Lake House Terrace, and this fucking lunatic next door is laying a fucking carpet in the entire house. It's just been one of those days. But I put that on, and I just absolutely fixated on it. It's one of those films I've seen around, never give it a chance, watched it, loved it. So if you want to see a couple, try to move in, try to start a family, start a new life, see LA, it was beautifully filmed. And now, hello neighbour. It's like Bad Neighbours, the psychopath version. So yeah, definitely check out Definitely check out Lakeland Terrace. It'll have been right at the start of the credits. Could have said it from Lakeland. Oh, I lost too much sleep. It's an awesome film. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. This is the ultimate what the fuck movie. It is Snakes on a That's Snakes on a Train. It is Snakes on a Plane. Now, I watched this the other night on Blu-ray, and this is officially the first one of the Good, the Bad, and the What Folks. Check that out, man. This is a Japanese import I got off Jack. And funny enough, I kept it out. Look at that. That's not even Samuel Jackson. It's Samuel Jackson, but that's like from The Man or something like that. He's got like cornrows in his hair. But yeah, I kept that out. I watched it on Blu-ray. Looks good on Blu-ray actually. What a movie. Like, total what the fuck movie. Snakes on a Plane, Samuel Jackson. Like, who doesn't want to go and see that movie? Fuck off. Like, who doesn't want to see that movie? The idea, again, there's a lot of great supporting cast, and yes, they do tinkle around this. You've just seen us turn that fucking off. Just fuck off. Seriously. Like, off. Good. I'm getting a bit frustrated now. I'm sick of these motherfucking text messages on my motherfucking phone. Samuel Jackson literally did that movie for that line. Not that line, it was that I'm sick of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. Again, probably a good paycheck, got the movie wrong. There's a lot of other people you recognise in it. There's some proper harsh bits, like especially when the fucking dog gets chucked down the fucking hallway for the be venomous of the snake. And snake bites and stuff like that, and like, again, when you talk about good, the bad, and the what the fucks, that's a fucking total what the fuck movie, because it is what it is, and it made the money. You know what I mean? It had bootlegs. It also has a fast forward review for that. So there's 2 movies so far in this that have been extensively worked on in the past for me personally, doing the fast forward reviews for the magazines back like 3 or 4 years ago now. And like rewatching it with Brit, and Brit was laughing the head off, Brit was jumping. And again, you can see that, it's funny. It's funny. It's meant to be what it is. Don't go to the film and think, oh, I want to see snakes on a plane, and expect someone to go, he's an Oscar. Well done. Like, go to the movie and go, no, well done. You got Samuel L. Jackson in a movie that, again, you would probably see in a sci-fi or asylum film. And he's came in there, and again, Samuel L. Jackson has not dialed in. He's had fucking fun with it. And then Samuel L. Jackson's made other people go, I'll be in this. So, John Carter's in this. Like, Tyler Knuch. I can't say his name right in someone else. Another review. He's in it as he gets a little breakout role in it. Keen or Kel, whichever one he is, he's in it as well. He's got the PlayStation game. So no, it is a what the fuck movie, but it's enjoyable fun. So that's number 4. I haven't seen any more. There's The Cell there as well. So we've had Unbreakable, The Cell, Snakes on a Plane, and Lakeview, Lake High, Lake Thing. Samuel Jackson on the front cover, sunglasses down, staring at you. Lakeview Terrace. Yeah, there we go. So we'll be back with number 5. And I've seen number 5. It's not going to plan. It's our phones put us off. Bye bye for now. Put the hat on for this because I am the same for watching that again. Jesus, I remember buying this a long time ago and watching it, and like I love Sin City, and I didn't enjoy Sin City 2 as much. It was quite a big gap. And Frank Miller, you know, like he's had his fingers in a lot of pies over the years of comics, and a great visionary. I'm not like criticising this for visionary. Like it looks amazing, but it's just fucking mental. Like absolutely mental. I mean, Samuel Jackson in there, Scarlett Johansson's in there, even Mendez is in there. I think the lead guy's a guy from, is it Suits? I don't reckon. I mean, I recognise his face from Suits. The extended cut. It's only on 99 minutes. Fucking, this is a total, it's not a bad movie. It's a what the fuck movie. Sam Jackson getting up, fucking hitting him with a toilet. Fucking Sam Jackson jumping in the water, swimming, evil face, fucking hat still on. Like, because it's all that, like, Sin City look to it. You know, like, it's all black and white, you know. And again, visually stunning, but it's like, what the fuck? Like at the end, Sam Jackson's dressed as a Nazi. It's like, what the fuck? And it's like you take your eyes off and you're in, you look back and he's like, he's my favourite cat. And it licks this thing and it just dissolves and just its eyeballs rolling around in the fucking sink. And I'm like, what the fuck? So it's a total what the fuck movie. You know, I'm an octopus. I always have 8 of things. And just like, you know, just some of the, like the run around the studio, just like, I mean, not Little Shop of Horrors, but like set bound. I mean, they're doing a lot more stuff like that now with Lion King and stuff like that, and this is quite groundbreaking, the Sin Cities. But it just, the narration, I think, no disrespect to the actor, I think if they had a bigger actor in the lead role, it would have warranted it. I mean, it does bring the guns of support. I mean, the clones and the fucking weird, again, what the fuck with the clones he keeps killing. They're all like, hi, I'm good. And like one's called Logo, like one's getting Ronald, we still talking, and then one of them's just a foot. It's a foot and a head and it's just bouncing around. The only thing I want to come off and say this after seeing this, if they were ever going to remake Darkman would be fucking mint like this. Like, I mean, the visuals, the fighting visuals are not when he's just punching the fuck out of him on the floor completely, but like some of the shadow fighting and stuff like that. But like Darkman, I think what struggles with Darkman, even though it had 2 sequels, which are literally TV movies, is the fact that, yeah, he can take the face off, but then you've got like, he can only clone someone who's his hair and height, you know what I mean? He's not going to run around and be like, different face on, I believe it's a person, especially the voice. But again, Watchmen, too closely to Watchmen as well, the narration over it. But again, I think Darkman would really visually work mint with this. And it's a shame, you know, I would like to see more films like this, especially now that we're in the whole Marvel universe and DC's. You know, Sin City, a lot of hype behind Sin City, and this is it somewhere in the middle, but it's sort of like, what the fuck? So yeah, that's the Spirit. I might have said the Saint at the start, I'm sure I said the Spirit. I was wanting to watch 1408, not at all 1408, 187, but I have to watch that on VHS, but I'm multitasking. There's a screen on there for rendering, there's a screen on there for watching the Saint, there's a screen down there to talk on the internet, there's a screen there to edit, and there's a screen there to back up my phone stuff. I found them the other day. So I'm like this, and I'll be like that, and Samuel Jackson's got a toilet, I'll be like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? So yeah, this is a what the fuck movie, and it was The Spirit. Okay, going back to the random Samuel Jackson films I would say that would come out, you go, look, he's in that, Kite and Arena and stuff I've not seen. One I did go past, The Big Game, I was like, what? And then about 3 or 4 days before lockdown happened, I was walking past and we got the bargain bin at work, and in it for $2.99 was The Big Game. And since I'm mastering stuff, I haven't been able to watch 187, so hang on. Fucking hell. There we go. Light. There is light. The Big Game, Samuel L. Jackson, and you think, alright, what's this about? So basically, it started and on the screen in the background, and it's just this kid and he's doing like, it's all in subtitled and it's all in Helsinki, and I'm like, alright. So I'm watching, I was like, is this going to be one of these ones where Samuel L. Jackson pops up for it in 5 minutes? And I was watching it and it's all about the kid and he's hunting his families, and all the pioneers are all like, right, you need to go in them woods for it all night and hunt summit. And he can't even fire a bow, bless him. And everyone's like, oh no. So anyway, he goes off into the woods. Meanwhile, Samuel L. Jackson's on Air Force One, and Ray Stevenson, who's played the Punisher, and there's a lot of famous people in this, like there's little bit parts and roles. So you can kind of see like someone's done a really good job of this. And I'm starting to watch it, and then the next thing you know, Air Force One goes down, and there's a little bit of espionage, and like there's a bit where one of the bodyguards jumps back and he's just like holding his hands, and like these fucking heat-seeking missiles come out, and just fucking visually it was like, that's really, really good. And it blows up, and you know, Samuel L. Jackson's stuck in his little time capsule, and the kid lets him out, and Samuel L. Jackson, are you a kid? He's like, hello. He's got like a little cup, and he's like cutting string. The kid's like a bit frightened of him, and then the kid's like, come with me if you want to live, kind of stuff. And Samuel L. Jackson's like just running around as the president, and there's some amazing bits in this. The kid is fucking brilliant. He's absolutely hilarious, but he's also like, it's really well, like I enjoyed it. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's pretty much, it wants to become like hard target in a while, because there's these group of mercenaries, right, big game hunting, we're going to hunt the president. That's what it's about, you know. And like, there's some brutal bits, there's some funny bits. Samuel Jackson dropped some fucking F-bombs. I've just fucking sat and watched it. I was like, wow. So it looked terrible, but it's absolutely brilliant. I really enjoyed that. It's a proper surprise. As I say, there's, you know, things set up, pays off later on. Some, like, again, there's some really comical bits, and just like the whole relationship, the bond, and Samuel L. Jackson once again doesn't dial it in, doesn't like turn up for a paycheck. And sometimes you kind of see that, you know, the nail gets slapped on the box in the Harley in the movie, and you know, just the whole, like, again, it's got a bit of like an Under Siege vibe. You know, it keeps coming back to like the Pentagon, and they're trying to work out what's gone wrong and who's the sabotage, and you know, like some of the visual stuff is mint. I mean, there's a bit where they go flying down the hill in the fridge racer and land in a lake, and I think it's really funny, especially some of the comments that come out of Samuel L. Jackson as a kid as they're flying around in this fridge frizzy, we're gonna fucking die. And like, it's fucking really funny. Like, I had an absolute blast watching that. But yeah, I'm proper surprised. At first when it started with subtitles, I was trying to, you know, take in what's going on. As I say, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screens going. And again, I'm absolutely, I mean, it's gone half 12, it's flew over. So yeah, not move 187. The last one will be Glass, but I'm trying to work out what else. But yeah, that was a class. So that was The Big Game. So we're up to like 6 or 7 so far on the Samuel L. Jackson, and I was about to say, like, I've actually seen Jurassic Park again since actually last time, because we've done a podcast for it. We've done a podcast for all 3 so far, and then I was thinking, right, okay, so what we're going to watch next for Samuel L. Jackson, and I was like, bloody hell, that's Samuel L. Jackson right there, like Pulp Fiction. This is actually that's actually Samuel L. Jackson. Look. So I was about to go, right, and there's Hail Caesar and stuff like that. So there's a lot of old ones you can dig into Samuel L. Jackson, and I want to watch 187. I really do, but the other night, last night, I actually couldn't because of the VHS player. I've got the cameras rolling and stuff like that, so I couldn't use the VHS player. And I went, like, fuck. He's in Kong Skull Island. The guy's in fucking everything. When you start looking at Samuel L. Jackson, it's like, fuck me, he's in so many films. That's amazing. But the mental to think that, you know, Tom Hiddleston and Brie Larson, you know, like, let's just cast the Avengers to turn up in this thing. Amazing movie. Loved it. The first time it went right. He's somewhat different. It's not Beauty that killed the beast. This is a force to be reckoned with. And the whole like Vietnam setting, and the just the suspense and visuals are class. But then Samuel Jackson would be like, right, it's fucking on. And Samuel Jackson is fucking evilly going after fucking King Kong. And the eye to eye scenes. It's fucking class. It's absolutely fucking brilliant, Kong. Just, yeah, Samuel L. Jackson's in Kong Skull Island. That's a total what the fuck moment. But he's just in everything. Oh, be a very quick volume 2 for Samuel Jackson, I think. But yeah, that's like, fuck, yeah, he's in Kong Skull Island. I mean, even like, I've got the Kong Skull Island book quite handy here. At least you can kill someone with this. You know what I mean? It's visually stunning. Like, visually stunning stuff. I don't think you get Samuel Jackson here. It's just about the imagery and stuff they could have done. Amazing book, that. Amazing. Just amazing artwork. Just amazing. But again, going back to the Avengers and stuff, but even looking at Hail Caesar, I was going to watch Robert Downey Jr. and him, and we haven't even touched on the fact that he plays Fury. Nick Fury, that's Nick Fury because he's in a film called Fury. And the fact that, you know, I mean, recently I've seen Ant-Man 1 2, doesn't pop up in that, but, you know, like, you're going to watch the Avenger movies and right, he pops up in that one, pops up in this one, pops up in that one, pops up in this one. It's just like, fucking hell, he's just, you know. Does he have a family, or does he just work and play golf? You know. Well, yeah, next one. This one's been Kong Skull Island, one of my favourite films of his by far. Pulp Fiction. Brit's never seen that, so we're going to dig that out, but Pulp Fiction's just been lost in the shuffle. And I cannot come to the part of open up the VHS of it because it's still sealed. But I don't even know what that is. I knew when my model of Samuel L. Jackson was, yeah, but don't feel about that. Don't know what Samuel L. Jackson. Just looking around the room. The guy's just in everything. Right, see you in the next part. Dun dun dun, Split. Do you remember when I did the review for Split?
Hello and welcome to one of the most random movie reviews yet. That's because I'm going to do 4 movies in a row, which I'm sure will be all over the place. Now the 4 movies were Get Out, Split, Caddy, it's grey in it, and 50 Shades of Grey. Next up was Split. Now my friend Jack went to see Split at the pictures and didn't shut up about the film for ages. Split is set in the same universe as Unbreakable. You don't need to see Unbreakable. You might need to see Unbreakable after you've seen it. But Unbreakable is about a guy called Kevin who has multiple personality disorder. Now I avoided this film for a while in case anyone thought I was copying a bit. Because if you watch my videos you'll probably realise that sometimes, just sometimes, some weird stuff does happen on this channel and actually in my life. So I avoided the film for a while just in case anyone think I was doing the whole personality thing with clowns and stuff, etc, etc. But this wasn't what I expected. For some reason in my head I thought this was going to be a superhero movie. Well, I know he's a villain, kind of like. I thought it was going to be an action movie. I didn't think it was going to be like Kiss the Girls. Dungeons of girls hidden away, locked away, and I was just like, whoa, this is pretty dark and creepy. Then all of a sudden it would change. And James McAvoy's done a really good job of this. He's got different characters, different personalities going on, different makeups, and it's not all about how he looks. It's got a lot of interesting takes on personality disorders, like Horsey! And if anything, raises awareness about personality disorders. So yeah, the film is definitely different, and then Michael M. Shonite, I can never pronounce his name, has definitely resurrected himself. He has made a few films like The Visit of all things, which I haven't seen yet, but a few of the films before that had dropped off the radar. He got a load of grief for The Last Airbender, that's for sure. But what I think he did really good about this, you always wait until the end for a twist with his films. Like Signs, like The Sixth Sense, like Unbreakable. And this twists all the time. It's got loads of different times. Every time he goes like that, he twists somewhere. And you kind of think, where's this going? Like, where's this video going? You never know what's going to happen by the end of this video, because I've got 2 more films to review after this. It's very unscripted, very unplanned. It does have a dark twist to it near the end, about the beast. But you should definitely check this out. Now, how many concert bricks am I going to give Split out of 5? I'm going to give it a 4. I'm going to give it a 4. I did enjoy it. I thought it was very creative. I thought McAvoy was mint. And it is worth a second watch for sure. Now the acting in it I thought was amazing. It was really well cast. The girl was pretty hot. The soundtrack was also really good. The pace of the movie though really caught me off guard. I was not expecting to like the characters that much.
Man, that was a long time ago. Like, right, so last night I watched Split and Glass back to back. And no, I don't want to be in Samuel Jackson's Good, the Bad and the What the Fucks. But I guess I have to be. Okay, as you've seen in the Split review and whatever the fuck just happened there, into the lights. Hello? Anyway, Split review. I might put Split at the very end of this video, the full uncut. Now, it's from a baboonry anyway, so I'm just jumping around like a fucking madman. And what I want, like, again, I revisited Split and I watched it, and coming off Unbreakable, I thought Split was a little bit different from Unbreakable. Unbreakable's camera work and stuff's really good. James McAvoy is great in the movie. And then, you know, it builds up and it builds up, and then, you know, everyone's like, shit, like Bruce Willis and shit, he's talking about Samuel L. Jackson, like not about Samuel the File. There's no reference to a character called Samuel, which is quite clever. Well, it was a little in a joke. But then straight in the glass, and then not knowing or hearing anything about this, and like everyone was raving about it, but like sometimes I just block this shit out. I become another person. So, thank you to Carl McSorley. Not, that's Carl McSorley with a C, not an X. And like, he gave me this, and he went to see it, the pictures, and that survived, you know, it's, you know what I mean, I'm not gonna frame that for him. So anyway, looking at this now, it makes a little bit of sense. I mean, Unbreakable, Split, or The Horde, I mean, you know, and all the comic books slashed into there, McAvoy, Jackson, Bruce Willis, and it was great to see that his son was back from Unbreakable, the same actor. The girl from Split came in with the mum from Unbreakable came back, and you kind of wonder where this was going. And it starts off and like it doesn't hesitate. Like 3 weeks after the events of Split, Bruce Willis and his son are like, right, and he's the protector going around the streets, and you know, he follows that, and then it builds up, and it's and Samuel L. Jackson, so a film named after Samuel's character. It's and Samuel L. Jackson, and like kind of a passing of a torch, you know, like Willis is like take a back seat because Bruce Willis would probably want his name against McAvoy, but against McAvoy plays more characters than Bruce Willis, technically speaking. Anyway, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it was. I like the build up, and then I kind of like halfway through this, I kind of got a feeling that says like, I don't think that anyone's gonna survive here. I thought someone's gonna get, and this will be a curveball, and I like how they were. I like what he's done with this because he's made it like an origin trilogy, even though you probably never see a fucking box set of all three of them together. I mean, for anyone who's a collector who wants to put them in alphabetical order, that's getting out the way. You know what I mean? You know, you've got like Glass, Split, Unbreakable. They almost go backwards in the alphabet. But you know, the build up in McAvoy character, there's no hanging around with the Beast. The build up in the Split's about him becoming the Beast, and everyone's just like, nah, it's all in your head. And I like that twist on there that it's an evil organisation and Sam Jackson's out to expose them. He's ruthless when he gets up there. I mean, he sits the entire movie. It's like Sophia when he's spent most of the film asleep. With his hair, there's a shot where it comes around the back of his hair's mint. But then, like, and I'm spoiling all of this, like the end, you know, like it climaxes, and I really enjoyed this movie. Again, it doesn't look like they've turned it thing at the end, but like they're just to capitalise on the popularity of Split, and everyone goes, oh, fucking Unbreakable. Bruce Willis's death is fucking brutal. You kind of think like Bruce Willis may turn back up, and he might, you know what I mean? Never say never. When it's not like Sin City when he fucking blows his head off his fucking head. Blows his head off his head. He's got a head on top of his head. Anyway, get to the point. The bit like obviously you drown him, like fuck me, but like, you talk about and when it gives a flashback and it shows you footage of him in the pool, and you think, oh yeah, he'll come back and save the day. It's like, no, they're dead. Samuel Jackson's just been like punched to death by McAvoy. McAvoy's just been shot, and like, you know, the truth's out there, and oh, it's an origin story. Everyone's like, where's it going to go? It's not going to go fucking anywhere. Like literally, like I'm not expecting any kind of sequel to this. It's like, right, this is the origin story is this is where superheroes come from. This is like, and I like that. I like the perfect. They would probably cash in, but again, it's like kind of like they haven't left it with like mainly actors, you know, he's passing the torch kind of thing. But yeah, man, Bruce Willis's death was that's like fuck me, that's brutal. You know what I mean? Good old thing. You want to see Bruce Willis die? Bless him. If anyone does anything for a paycheck, just watch Vice. Jesus. But yeah, thanks very much, Carl McSorley, for that. I'm not sure how many Samuel Jacksons I've done now. So what I'm going to try and do is start ending this video and go right. Write them down and go right. 187. Because Glass was meant to be the last, but now it's not. It's done, dusted. Kong, you know, I wasn't cheating with Kong. I've just seen Kong recently. I fucking love Kong. There's not a King Kong behind us, is it? This is like a King Kong free room, except for that poster over there. Right, I'm off that right. Get away from the light. I'm going. I'm off. Goodbye. Did that whole thing with my pyjama bottoms on, you know? Bye. Hello, this one is 187. Look at that. This might come out in HMV's premium collection because it's a Warner Brothers film. And it's one of the ones what's just kind of like it was available on DVD, but very early on. An amazing movie for the time. It's written by a teacher, and Samuel L. Jackson plays a guy who basically comes to Garfield, and he basically is attacked at school. And that's 15 months later on, and it's in LA. Starts off in New York, and it's directed by Kevin Reynolds, who did, funny enough, just down here, Waterworld. And it has this very blue tone in Manhattan, and you got Samuel L. Jackson on his little bike going across the bridge. And then it all goes down 15 months later. John Hurd from Home Alone's in this as well. Clifton Gomez. He's in Fortress. So a couple of faces you might recognise, but going on the passage of Dangerous Minds and stuff like The Substitute that were made around that time. This packs a hell of a hot and punch, man. It's only 15, should be an 18. It deals with a couple of students and how he wants to help them, and the 187 comes from basically it's not from Demolition Man. The threats because he flung schools, and he comes in as a substitute. It's one of Samuel Jackson's greatest performances, I think. And the film that leaves you going, what the fuck? It's like, woof. This guy here, man. Clifton Go-Teelers. He's amazing in this. It's great what happens in this movie. You don't know what's going to do. There's a horrible blip of a woof woof. And just the ending, and obviously inspired by Deer Hunter. And you just sit there and go, fuck me. Now, it's on Amazon Prime, so if you want to watch it digitally. Apart from that, it's one of his best. One of his best. I've had that a very long time. Nice to shed some light on it. I don't know how many I've done now. This would be the shortest one. I've just spent ages this afternoon trying to track down the Split review, and then realised it was actually Get Out review, and Split was just tagged in the middle of it. But yeah, one hell of a movie, 187. Great to revisit it. As I say, I don't know if it sounds about 8, could be possibly 9. I started editing it and I got a bit sidetracked this afternoon with Lakeside View. But yeah, what an amazing movie. As I say, I like the soundtrack, very 90s beat going down there. It's very warm colour when it gets to the LA stuff, and it's got a nice vibe. It does have a little homages to Dangerous Minds, the whole bunker thing, but I think that's just common practice. It nowhere looks like California or anything like that. It's really down and gritty. And again, carrying the vibe of Boys in the Hood and all that real down gritty, and again it just needs to be seen more. Again, hopefully it will get a release on a premium collection, because it just falls under the title of the Warner Brothers franchise. So if it does, and you ever heard of it, check it out. You've got Amazon Prime, check it out. It's a fucking hell of a movie. Fucking mint artwork on the front as well, that. But yeah, make sure you check that out. Powerful stuff. When schools become war zones and both sides start taking casualties, what then? He's a good teacher. He's just gone a bit fucking crazy. Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson, 187. Right, okay, Jumper is in at number 10, and you've probably noticed all the way throughout for this video I've been jumping around quite a bit, but not so fast forward for you. Jump. Yeah, it's mental to think that I only started this a couple of days ago and we winged through it, and it's been great to revisit some of them and discover some as well. Big game, still ranting about that. 187, great to revisit that last night, and then today, while I was putting all the video together, I thought, well, Jumper's in the pile, there's a couple of Samuel L. Jacksons. When I was sorting all that out in the background, there's a couple of Samuel Jacksons chucked to the side, and I don't think Samuel Jackson will be next. I think maybe it's John Cusack. It just depends what I've got 10 of. But yeah, Samuel Jackson, I think he's an amazing actor, and Jumper came along, Hayden Christensen and Jamie Bell, both in the heyday, being hyped, and but not name checked on the box. Jumper came out, and the idea of taking the character, mainly Nightcrawler from X-Men, and going, right, he can jump around, and it's a pretty cool concept. And I quite like Jumper. I mean, I don't know why I quite like Jumper. I really enjoyed it, and again, I think it's a miss. I think they could have had possibly a sequel. and watching it around, bouncing around, and just how he dramatically finds out, just like Bruce Willis died in The Unbreakable, like he discovers he's got the ability to teleport and that's pretty cool. And then Jimmy Bell's like can also teleport, and he's a bit of a rogue, and there's a bit of a love story going on there. Kirsten Stewart turns up at the end for some fucking weird reason, like what the fuck. But Samuel Jackson, the bad guy, the black guy with the white hair, as he reference to Samuel Jackson, is rocking bleached bright white hair. And when I was watching, I was like, fucking hell, the Great White Hype, or the Great White Dope, or the Great White... There's a boxing movie with Damon Wayans back in the 90s. I think Samuel Jackson picks the car. I'm sure he's got white hair on that. But, you know, it's a really good film. You know, a lot of action. I mean, the idea that he can jump through and keeping his money in walls and, you know, like places he can only get because he can teleport. Then the fact that a fucking double-decker bus is flying across the fucking sand dunes of Egypt and stuff like that. It's really cool concept idea, and if you haven't seen it, check it out. Normally ends up going quite cheap. It's a shame that I didn't have any conclusions and stuff. And Hayden Christensen, I like him in this, you know. I mean, I've only seen Star Wars once with him in, and he was in this one with Nicolas Cage when they were all fucking knights. That was fucking well weird, that. That's definitely the Nicolas Cage Good, the Bad, and What the Fuck's, but apart from that, he kind of like disappeared, like. But no, Jumper's a pretty good film. And this is number 10 for Samuel Jackson, so everything can go through. There's a couple of outtakes. If say we've had a bit of fun with this one, jumping around and stuff like that. You see bits from the past. I mean, the boat ship at the start of this is in New Zealand. You know, I can teleport too, you know. But yeah, for now, I've been Steve Monkey Mason. Thanks for watching this. This is Samuel Jackson's Volume 2, The Good, the Bad, and the What the Fucks. And this was Bean Jumper. Jumper. Big game. I'm trying to get Brit to watch this, but I haven't got there yet. Yeah, Jumper. There might be a couple of Sam Jacksons behind us. Maybe. I mean, you just seem to think he's in everything. I've got to at least find one. Here. Hang on. Nah. Captain America First Avengers there. Was he in that? Was he not? Iron Man. He was in Iron Man, was he? Iron Man, I think I'm going to go for Iron Man. Red Heat, Hole. People versus Larry Flint. D2, Kickboxer 3. Howie, I want a Samuel Jackson film. Just one. Just one. Come on, come on. Blade 2, no. Doesn't count. Face Off, no, he's not in that one. Enemy of the State. Ye God, Stephen, what have you done to yourself here? I've got to find at least one Samuel Jackson movie in here. Wicker Man. That would have been a turn of events. He turned up in Wicker Man Cutler. No, he's not in that. Romeo Juliet. Groundhog Day. Satan's Little Helper. The Beach. Samuel Jackson's Super Shark. Timeline. Screamers. Sorry, like literally. I thought this would have... I just want one film with Samuel Jackson in it and I'll shut up. Even a Die Hard, even something that's been in before. Come on. Yes! Yes! Jackie Brown is right there. That'll do for me. Hard faith. So yeah, I'll see you in the outtakes. He's an outtake for you. That's Alabama. It's my pigeon friend who comes every morning. Oh, the fuck's that? Clarence? Oh, Clarence there as well. But yeah, just an outtake for the Samuel Jackson, The Good, the Bad, and the What the Fucks. Little reference to True Romance there, but yeah, my friend in the garden. Here's the outtake. Their messages is Paul Ray wondering if Godzilla from 1988 is an outtake, and fucking John Rizzo's going to turn up and the new Godzilla vs. Kong movie. Fuck off, Paul Ray. He's an outtake for you. How many times can I get that film's name wrong? Lake View Terrace. Not Lakeside, Lake House, Lake View. That's Lake View, that's right. Lake Jackson. It was, every time I was just watching it there. When we see him, Jumper as well. It's definitely over a week ago I filmed that review. But yeah, like, blame the neighbours, knocking on the fucking wall. But yeah, it's Lake View Terrace. I do apologise, it's an awesome film. It's not called Lakeside, Lake Corner, Lake Cul-de-sac, Lake Point. It's called Lake View Terrace. Thanks for watching, goodbye. Here in the outtakes for the good, the bad, and the what the fox of Samuel L. Jackson. Dun dun dun. Glass is framed. Yeah, fit perfect. Obviously, didn't stick them all down. Frame one for Brit. Nightmare Before Christmas. This is pretty good. Lamplight Productions. This one's signed John Carpenter VHSs. It's from HorrorCon. These are pretty cool actually. Die Hard. 12 of 100 I think that is. And you got the Jaws one as well. Thing is, these Jaws is one of the original ones, and they framed it different. But yeah, it's pretty cool artwork. They've all both had a video before. And the final one's The Thing. Now, unlike The Thing and Thing, dun dun dun, that's the one you get in the Waxworks record. And the other thing, which is the same thing as that one, is behind it. I was never really happy about the artwork, but just so it didn't get damaged, it's in there. So I know where it is anyway. So just picking up frame stuff. Obviously now glass is preserved, so yeah. See you in the next episode.
Hi there. Hello. Hello. Will you answer some questions?
Yes, I will answer some questions.
Do you have a personality problem?
No.
Really?
What are you doing for lunch?
I don't know, but I'm hungry. Shall we go?
And now